So there is a ton of hype and fear around AI right now, especially for designers like you and I, because we don't know how this is going to affect or negatively affect our careers. And I know that there's a lot of talk about how this is going to replace us and that designers are not going to be needed and that it's a dying career and a dying industry. And so I want to talk about all of those things in this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out my prediction for what AI and design will look like by the year 2025. And while a lot of these things might seem like guesses, most of this is coming from a lot of research. And I think that if you watch this video till the very end, it's going to be the best way for you to prepare for these huge changes that are coming. And rather than losing your career as a designer, you could potentially level up and take advantage of these awesome technologies that are coming down the pipeline. So with all of that said, let's dive right into it. So right now, I very much feel like we are caught up in the buzz and the excitement of AI. And it's not just designers, it's literally everyone, right? You're seeing a new video every day about this new thing that AI can do and how it's going to replace these jobs and how it's going to change our lives. And it can be kind of a scary thing, but I think us as humans, we always get caught up in this. And so what I predict is that within the next 6 months, things are going to start to calm down because we're going to start to actually look for practical applications for AI. And there definitely are some right now. But again, I still think that we're a few years away from just giving AI the reins and saying, do my whole job, right? We're a ways from that. But also, I think it's important to acknowledge that once this buzz dies down, it doesn't mean that AI is dead. This is not a trend that's going to die out like cryptocurrency. This is something that is going to be a constant in our jobs for the rest of our lives. There's been a ton of talk about who's going to lose their jobs to AI. And I do think that there are a lot of jobs that today could be replaced by AI. But us as designers, I truly don't believe that we have to worry so much about that as long as you are willing to embrace AI and start learning how it works and then incorporating it into all of your design work. And that might be difficult right now because AI is not quite there yet when it comes to visual things. But with that said, now is the time to start learning, understanding it, and incorporating it, because even if it doesn't help you right now, I believe that clients and employers are going to want to hire designers that understand how to use AI and can utilize it in their processes to make them more effective and more enjoyable to work with. For those of you that refuse to embrace AI, I believe that by 2025, your career is going to be in jeopardy and you're going to start to get left behind. And so here is what I imagine our work as designers is going to look like by the year 2025. So I want you to imagine this. You've landed a new client. They've signed the contract, they've paid you, and immediately they're going to get a link to a portal or some type of questionnaire or survey. And inside of this, they're going to be able to just start clicking the different sites that they like. They're going to be able to choose the colors and the styles and the fonts and all these different things, maybe some images. And just like that, those submissions are going to get put into an AI program. And then that's going to spit out, let's just say 20 different site variations. And within the matter of a couple of minutes, they're going to start seeing some visual feedback based on what they like and what type of website they want you to design. And so at this point, the client's going to go in and pick, let's just say 3 of these that they like. And they're also going to provide some feedback. Maybe they tell you, I like these, but I want to change the color slightly. Maybe I want a little bit more of an industrial or a luxurious feel. And just like that, AI is going to update those and spit out a number of different variations, again, that they can choose from. And so this whole initial process of discovery and putting together ideas and finding out what the client likes and putting together an outline, all of this is going to be done by AI. And so up to this point, you're probably thinking, well, what do they need a designer for? Because AI can do all of this. And the answer to that question is they need you to guide them through this process, because if right now people don't want to learn how to use Wix to design their own website from a template, what makes you think that they're going to want to understand how to work with AI to get it to spit out the designs and the layouts that they want? And so rather than you doing all of the designing, you're going to be a curator. You're basically going to be a glorified design project manager working with AI to spit out everything that the client needs. And so if that doesn't sound appealing to you, I'm sorry, but truly I believe that that's where all of this is headed. Now, moving forward in the project, AI is already going to be starting to work on the content. It's going to spit out content, place it in this website, and things are going to start to get pieced together. Now, the nice part about this is where your expertise comes in, because the client might know what they like, right? They might know the colors they want. They might know generally what their website needs, but you are the expert. And this is where your expertise as a design curator comes in, because you're going to be able to guide them and tell them, hey, here's why this works. Here's why this doesn't. Here's what's going to match your brand. Here's what's going to fit your industry. Here's what your users or site visitors are going to look for. And this is where you're going to make the big bucks, because they're going to rely on you to start narrowing what they're looking for and getting rid of all of the fluff that is generated by AI. And before they know it, they're going to have a near completed web design. And they're only going to be able to get to this point with you and your expertise. Now, the crazy thing about this part is you're going to be able to utilize AI to know exactly what works in terms of site conversions. So up to this point, for me, when I have a client, I'm just directing them based on what I think works to generate traffic, and then to get that traffic to click on our call to action and convert, whether that's a form submission, a phone call, whatever that looks like. But now AI is going to be able to research millions of different websites and know exactly what works, what makes people stay on the sites for longer. It's going to be able to check different data points and analytics, and it's going to be able to tell us and our clients, hey, this design is not going to work. This one's going to convert better. This is the content that needs to be put into this homepage or this services page. And AI is going to navigate that entire process. But again, it sounds easy in theory, but without us to navigate that whole process, curate all of these designs, these content pieces, these ideas, and put it together into one cohesive project, it's going to be nearly impossible for our clients to do this. Now, once we go through the feedback process, and most likely AI is going to take that feedback and be able to make those adjustments on its own, then we're going to move into development. And development, again, is something that AI already can do. I do believe that it has a little bit of time before it gets to that perfect spot where it just can take the whole project off of your plate. But we're already seeing tools like Webflow, for example, that is embracing AI and finding ways to take designs and immediately develop them and get them ready to be published as a live functioning website. And so we're going to see a lot of these tools like Webflow, Wix, Figma, design and development tools that are embracing AI and going to make it way easier, because they know that AI is the future. And so if you use those tools already, I wouldn't be worried about that, because if the tool you're using is worth its weight, they're going to incorporate AI and make it easy for you to just use that in your current process, rather than you having to go out and find different tools to use. Now, the crazy thing about this entire process is it's going to only take days, maybe a few weeks. And so it's going to be a lot quicker, and it's going to be a lot less input on your part. And so you're going to be able to start and finish projects a lot more quickly. You're going to be able to run multiple projects a lot more easily. And again, you can use AI to manage those projects and work on your schedules and balancing all these different things. And so it's going to be a lot easier. And I think this is where the way that you charge comes in, because if you're a designer right now that's charging hourly, it's going to be really difficult to make money, because projects that used to take you 50 hours are going to take you 1 hour. And so if people understand that, they're not going to want to pay you very much. However, if you are charging based on the value that you're providing and the final product, people are still going to want to pay you just as much. Yes, people can always find cheaper solutions, but if you're the best, and if you're the best option and solution for them, they're still going to pay you the same rate, and you're going to have to work a fraction of what you used to. And so if you're worried about AI taking your job, I would actually be more excited about AI just taking your workload. And so you don't have to do nearly as much. You can still charge a really high amount and provide a ton of value to your clients. So it's a win-win-win, and you're going to be able to scale your business a lot more quickly. Now, there are designers that will stick to the old-fashioned way, and there are clients that are going to want to work with a designer that does everything manually. I think there will always be a place for that, at least for the next 10, 20 years. And so if you want to be that type of designer, that's totally up to you. But I do believe that designers that embrace AI into their processes are going to become the elite. They're going to be the ones that the highest level and highest tier clients want to work with, because their processes are super quick, they're efficient, their turnaround time is going to be incredible, their conversion rates on their sites are going to be way higher, And there's just no point of this where it's going to be better to go with a manual designer over a designer that works hand in hand with AI. All right, so we've talked a long time about what this is going to look like, and I hope that this has gotten you excited rather than just discouraged you. But now the question is, okay, what do I do starting today? If we're talking about what this is going to do to me and my career in 2025, we've still got a little ways to go. And so what you need to do today is stop shrugging this off. Stop pretending like AI isn't going to completely change the entire world, because it is. We may not know exactly how quickly or how much it's going to change our careers and our industry, but you need to embrace it today. What I would say is start diving into these AI tools and just messing around. You don't have to become an expert today or even this year, but you need to start understanding how these work, how to come up with the right prompts to get the output that you want, because these things are moving really quickly. And if you miss the wave, I guarantee that you're going to regret it. Now, the last thing that I would say is don't get discouraged. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't fall into all of these fear-mongering videos that other YouTubers and myself might be putting out, because these videos do really well, but they feed off of our fear, and I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. I think this is a massive opportunity, and it's something we should be excited about. And I, for one, am excited to continue to put out more content about AI and how it's going to help you as a designer. So if you haven't yet, please be sure to click that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. And if you found any value in this video, hit that like button. It would really help me out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.